See, again, though, this isn't really VAR's fault. Yes, VAR allowed them to see it again, but it's in the rules. So if it touches an attacker's hand or somebody from the attacking side and it leads to a goal, it's immediately ruled out as a goal. It's not the same for defenders and penalties, but it is if a goal is scored.
Yeah, I just don't like that rule. I think it's harsh. No, I do. I think it's harsh.
As a defender,
not just because Liverpool. I think for well, no, because
it does suit defenders, doesn't it?
Well, it does in that case, doesn't it?
It certainly did there, but I think it takes away the pressure that Mane's put on the ball and what he's done to get to actually go on and get his goal. It takes that away from that and takes it away from the fans a little bit. I think today it wasn't clear what was going on at times.
Yeah, totally agree. I think, both goals probably should have stood. Was it the referee's fault? Was it VAR's fault? It's up for discussion.
Well, it's not really the referee who's here today on the pitch's fault. It's the one in Stockley Park. Do you want to see a referee maybe walk over to the TV, the monitor, which is available at all the matches?
I would like to see more of that. Being honest, I know it takes an extra 30 seconds to do it, but we're talking walking across the pitch, having another look for yourself, having a look with your own eyes, fresh eyes, and go, right, yes it was, no it wasn't. I think referees should be doing more of that.
I don't want to sound like teacher's pet.
It happens in Italy.
It does, yes.
I've seen it.
Well, that's the problem, because we've seen it in other countries, but it's not been implemented here.
That's why we should be having another look at it, if they've been doing it a lot longer than us.
And they have the power to do that, don't they? They have the power to do that, and it's only going to take, what, a minute or two? So
the referee's got to be brave. He's got to be brave. Go over, have a look, make his own mind up as well. Yeah, Stockley Park are going to have their views, but today, in my opinion, they might have got one wrong and one right.
You see, I don't want to sound like teacher's pet and all that, sorry, because I've been to Stockley Park and done the course. But
you love Stockley Park.
I do. Yeah. It's a lot warmer than here. But they did stress that apparently, according to them, the referees, when they sat down with all the clubs didn't want the refs to look at the monitors. It's here, but they don't want it. They're all in agreement with that.
The clubs don't want the referees to look at the monitors?
Apparently they don't. They want the game to keep going on. But this is according to them. I wasn't in the actual briefing, obviously.
Yeah. Might change their mind now. They've seen a few decisions this weekend, might they?
It could be. And I think the other problem is, in the World Cup, in other countries, they do look at the monitor, but they don't here. So it's something you do want to see.
Well, in rugby, don't they? They look at the monitor more often. The referees go and have a look, get it on the big screen. So maybe that's what has to happen. The referees have to take a bit of power and go and look at the screen more often.
Interesting.
I think as well, certainly in stadiums where they haven't got the screens up, so it's hard to actually know what's going on at times, isn't it? So I think maybe if the ref came over and did take charge, then made a decision, it might make things a little bit clearer for all the fans.
Well, I think if it was on a screen, on a big screen here, it's only going to say VAR is checking, VAR gives a goal, VAR gives no goal. You don't actually really get to see.
Well, in the rugby, when they do it on the big screen, it says it keeps the fans engaged.
Yeah.
Do you know? So
I think it does.
Like
I think it helps.
in football, obviously, when it happens, the fans are like, is it a goal, is it a goal, whatever. But in rugby, when they put it on the screen and the referee looks at it, all of the fans are engaged to see what's happening. And I think maybe that...
Instead of having the monitor by the entrance or wherever they place it.
So maybe that's what needs to happen in the future.
Would you have liked to play in the era of VAR, of VAR?
No.
No. So you want VAR to be implemented in some levels, but not if you were playing?
Well, it's going to be implemented anyway. It already is, and it's going to get bigger because that's the way football's going. But for me, I preferred it without VAR. It was miles easier.
Yeah, it just takes away certain, I don't know, excitement for the fans in the game. You've seen today, the goal goes in. Is it a goal? Isn't it a goal? I'm not too sure on that, mate.
Like now, when there's a goal, you don't know whether to celebrate or not because you're thinking, it might get cancelled.
And that rush for a fan, or even for the player, mentally for a player. Have we scored? Haven't we scored? We talked about this last time I was on the show. I think it was at the Chelsea game when when they go into VAR.
Yep.
Are we sure? Is it a goal? Not mentally for the players as well. It can affect them as well. Even defenders, running back towards goal. You can't stop anymore. You've got to keep going. You've got to follow balls back in just in case.
Overall, they are very open, of course, to feedback on VAR from the clubs, and I'm sure from the players and all the managers.
Sure, they get some.
And they're going to get plenty. But if you could give feedback about how you want VAR improved or tweaked as you see fit for British football, which tends to be at a faster pace than the rest of the continent, what would it be?
That's a good question. I think for me, it'd be giving the referees more power to go and see the screen. But like you said they've already got the power, so why aren't they using it? And for me, is to take what the aspects of rugby is, kind of get a big screen on where it can engage the fans, so the fans can be still engaging with what's happening.
Yeah, I agree. I think today as well, we know Jurgen Klopp's frustrated. I think if the referee had gone to the halfway line and had a look at that Origi foul, I think he would have given it, and I think he might have overturned that goal. So I think the referee's taking more responsibility as well.
I'm just going to play devil's advocate here, but the issue is actually they're trusting those who are in Stockley Park right now. They've spent about 2 years building up the process of VAR and working together. It's like you're playing football. You have to completely trust your teammates, don't you? You have to trust that if you pass back to your keeper, he's going to deal with it.
These guys at Stockley Park, I'm sure, are trained, in these matters. So you think they'll be up to speed with it all. But I think, like Dom said, I think the biggest thing is the referee has the final say, and if he wants to go and see the TV or the monitor, then he should be able to. And I think it needs to be done a little bit quicker. At the moment, everything's a little bit slow. No one really knows what's happening, and I think that's the main thing. That's so wrong with it, really.
It's new technology, isn't it? And we're always going to have problems, and we're always going to have disagreements about it, especially at the start of it. Today I'm frustrated at times as a football fan watching the game for decisions, and some I think are right, some are wrong, and that's part of football, isn't it? But I just think at times, is there any need for so many rules all the time?
Well, the point is we're still having the discussion.
Exactly.
Because if it's an offside, you can quite clearly see if someone is on
or off. It's not clear cut, is it then?
It's not as clear cut.
Yeah.
But a foul is still down to opinion and the referee's opinion, and you still do end up having the discussions either here or in a restaurant or wherever it might be after a match.